And my client, Mr. Bass, pleads not guilty.
Not guilty.
At this time, yes, sir.
Not guilty. Is that your plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Stand up in the top of
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Prosecutor Man,
Yes, Your Honor.
plead your case.
Today we're going to prove that Jack Bass did in fact murder, steal the cattle, and stole the horse with no concern of the victim.
Who was the victim, Mr. Prosecutor?
The victim's name is John Henry Roberts.
John Henry Roberts.
Done.
It's your turn now.
Gentlemen of the jury, I'm going to prove today that my client, Mr. Bass, who, no matter what the prosecution says, has never been convicted of any crime in the court of this land. This is a case of mistaken identity. He is not guilty of this terrible crime that they are accusing my client of, with no proof and no physical evidence at all. They arrested my client, and I'm going to prove today to you my client is guilty. The prosecution has made a mistake. Your Honor.
Okay, in the case of the Territory of New Mexico, John Henry Roberts, call the first witness.
We'll call the marshal to the stand, please.
So raise your right hand. Just left hand on the book. There you go. Sir, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right, have a seat.
Now, Marshal, when you did your investigation, what did you find?
Well, on the morning of the 25th of February, I was just leaving Skimpy's about 7:30, and a rider come riding in from John Chisholm's spread. Told me that they found John Lee Roberts shot dead. I saddled my horse, we hightailed it back out to the ranch, and sure enough, it was old John Lee. I've seen him come in town with Mr. Chisholm, pick up supplies. Nice guy. After investigating, I noticed he'd been shot by a large caliber rifle, right in the chest. Anyway, I found out that Travis Collins had found it, another young rider for John Chisholm. Well, I got Collins to take me back where he found the body. We traveled southwest, out there by Willow Creek. Sure enough, after a while, we found the spot. I looked around, and I could finally find out where the man fell from the horse. After further investigation, I noticed another set of tracks. The easy set of tracks to locate. The horse missing the right front shoe. After a little more investigating, I decided to follow the track. Well, I followed them about 10 miles north. Finally, they mingled with a large herd. At that time, I lost the tracks of the horse. I knew they was heading towards Lincoln, so I rode on into Lincoln. When I got to Lincoln, I asked around with all the saloons, couldn't find the horse, couldn't find the paint gelding. Collins had said that Henry was riding, nothing. Well, I spent the night in Lincoln. Next morning, I got up, rode out. I got about 3 miles out of town. I seen smoke from a campfire. So I thought, well, maybe that's a trail herd. Maybe some of the boys had seen that paying horse. But when I got closer, I looked and I could tell. It wasn't a trail herd. It was one feller at a campfire. So I got off my horse and eased up a little closer, and I noticed his picket line, he had 2 horses. One of them was a paint gelding. just happened to have old John Chisholm's brand on it. So I eased on in. I seen it was Jack Bass. I recognized it from wanted posters. So at that time, I took him into custody at gunpoint. I questioned Mr. Bass about where he got the gelding and the $345 I found on him. He said, I won it in a poker game in Lincoln last night. I said, that's funny, Mr. Bass. I was in Lincoln, made every saloon last night. I didn't see you anywhere. After that, Mr. Bass didn't want to talk to me a whole lot. I brought him in, locked him up.
Honor, the defense would like to put Mr. Bass on the stand.
Call Jack Bass.
Place your hand on the book. Solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I do. Right.
Later, Judge.
Mr. Bass,
Yes, sir.
it's come to this court's attention that you have been accused of a terrible crime of murder of Mr. John Henry Roberts,
That's a lot.
of which you have pled not guilty
Right.
because you are in fact not guilty. How long were you in the town of Lincoln before you were accused of this crime?
A couple of days.
A couple of days. And where'd you come from? I mean, before you came into Lincoln?
Santa Fe.
Santa Fe. Santa Fe is a good ways from Lincoln.
It is.
I mean, that's all the way across the desert.
It's a hard
A
ride.
long, hard, dirty, dusty
That's
ride.
it.
So across the hard, rocky ground that you crossed from Santa Fe, what did you do the first thing you did when you got into Lincoln?
First thing I did, I went and got my horseshoe.
Got your horse shod.
Right.
Okay. And
All
why
four.
was that?
They needed to be shot. The long rides through the rocks and all that.
The shoes were wore out.
Wore out.
Okay. So the blacksmith there in Lincoln, he did the work on your horse. So he replaced all four shoes.
All four shoes.
After that, what did you do?
I went to the saloon, had me a couple of drinks, and they had a card game going on, so I went ahead and try my luck out.
Do you happen to know what saloon that you went to? Do you
No,
offhand?
I don't recollect.
There's several
There's
several
saloons.
in
I don't
Lincoln.
remember which one it was.
So you played cards, sit down, and
For a couple hours.
how many people did you play cards with? I mean, was it the same people? They come and go, or
No, same three.
same three? Do you know their names?
No, it don't.
Is it common to play cards in a saloon with someone and not know their name?
It sure is.
Mr. Attorney,
Yes, sir.
you're proving the case prosecuted. Is that where you want to go?
You object to that, though?
No objection. The court had no objection, but do you realize what you're doing?
Yes, sir. I'm asking a few questions here.
All right, continue.
All right. So a card game could be going on, and you not know the names of the people you play cards with.
Correct.
So the people you play cards with probably don't know your name.
No.
So if they
I'm
were
just passing through.
if they were asked if they played cards with Jack Bass, they probably wouldn't know.
You probably wouldn't remember.
So were you pretty lucky at cards that night, or
Yeah, I was.
so did you win a few hands or what?
Yeah, I did pretty good.
How much money did you win?
$325.
$325.
Not 345. 325. And a horse.
And a horse.
And a horse, a pink horse. I don't know who the guy's name, who he was, but I did win the horse from him.
Well, he must have had a pretty good hand if he thought he could
Yeah, he did. So he did.
win a horse, bid his horse.
Right.
So I mean, you didn't know who this guy was who had this paint horse
No.
that you won. So you won this horse from him over a hand of poker.
Right.
Well, did he seem upset that he lost this horse at all?
He seemed a little upset, but nothing gonna be,
So he
bothered him,
wasn't. It didn't seem to bother him.
no.
Court calls
Hey, sir, you need to put that, you need to put that away.
There's a juryman.
There ain't no verdict yet.
You're right. Officer, why is one of the jurors carrying a rope?
I had 6 rope from tying his horse up outside. I asked him about
How
it.
many ropes how many horses
How
do
big
you
of a
have,
rope does it
officer?
take to tie a horse?
Well, they say you want to leave it outside, somebody take it rope.
Like I said, it's my neck on the line.
Put it up.
Court be
Go
in
around
session.
and I pass out.
Mr. Bass, take a stand. You've already been sworn.
Few questions, but I'm kind of concerned what I just asked. Mr. Bass, in front of everybody here, I'd like for you to tell them whether or not you knew the man that was killed.
No.
You never seen him before.
Never seen him before.
But yet your horse had 4 new shoes put on it.
Correct.
And the marshal had found tracks where a horse needed these shoes at the scene. And you happen to be in that area.
Objection, Your Honor. I mean, everybody can shoe their horse whenever they want to.
I agree. Sustained.
I didn't do that. Whatever. Your Honor, I have no further questions for this.
The reader. Stand up.
Court be in session. Has jury made a decision?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm Ivan Yakanoff. I'm a new citizen to the United States. And I'm quite amazed at American justice.
Congratulations. Let's get on with what's your verdict.
Our verdict is we believe that this man is guilty of horse thieving and profiting from cattle rustling. We cannot agree on the murder trial because there are so many variables. One thing that brings us to mind is most men, after winning so much money in card games, would not have gone off into the woods by themselves at night. We believe that they would have spent a good night in town in a nice bed with woman before traveling a long journey the next day. So we believe that story is lie, and that's what we based this on. So he's guilty of horse thieving and stealing money.
This court thanks the jury for their verdict. Mr. Bass?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
This court finds you not guilty of the charge of murder. Finds you guilty of horse thief and profiteering from the sale of cattle. You'll be taken in custody until such time as in the morning at 6 o'clock and be carried and hanged by the neck until you are dead.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Guilty of murder. Kill my marshal.
He's still moving. I don't think he's dead yet. Attempted murder. Yeah.
Executioners.